2019 is the year my brother Gus and I started collecting and reviewing many of the most popular mice here in the channel. A common trend we saw in 2019 with gaming mice was that many manufacturers were all making mice extremely light and were using that as a marketing tool. But what if I told you that using a lightweight mouse doesn't always make you a better player? Today I'll be giving you my personal review on the ZOWIE S2 and why I think this mouse has got to be praised for not only its shape but its build quality too. With that being said, let's begin. Coming in at 82 grams, the ZOWIE S2 is one of ZOWIE's smallest mice available. The dimensions of the S2 are 122mm long, 38mm in height, 60mm in the front, 59mm in the middle, and 64mm in the back. Now, ZOWIE claims this mouse is small, but if I'm being honest, I think it's more on the medium side, and I would recommend this mouse for medium to large hands. Here it is next to the Model O on the left and the Model O minus on the right. Now let's talk about features. Looking at the bottom of the mouse, we see two big Teflon feet, and I know we said the stock feet on most mice aren't that great, but please hear me out. The stock feet that the ZOWIE S2 comes with are by far the best out of the box mouse feet I have tried. These feet are absolutely the best Teflon feet I have used. When I first took the mouse out of the box, I had immediately put the mouse on my mouse pad to see how the feet would glide. And to my surprise, the feet that came with the ZOWIE S2 are extremely smooth and feel amazing. Heck, I didn't even have to break the feet down much to really get a smooth glide. That's how good these feet are. ZOWIE also includes another pair of mouse feet, which I absolutely love, something that we think many manufacturers should include, especially if the cable the mouse comes with is not that great. A little more on that later. The S2 uses a Pixar 3360 sensor, which is a great sensor and has not given me any problems whatsoever. The ZOWIE has no software, and you can only change the DPI and pointing rate on the bottom of the mouse, which thankfully both have an LED indicator to show you which setting you are in. I should also mention that there are only 4 DPI sensitivities you can change to. There's 400, 800, 1600, and 3200. For someone who has used many mice, I feel adding a software that changes your DPI in increments of 100 is a feature they should probably add, just because I know everyone plays at a different sensitivity, and having a mouse with those 4 DPI settings can be a deal breaker for some of you. The ZOWIE S2 uses Wano switches, which absolutely sound amazing and feel great. Here's a quick sound test. And finally, the worst part of the mouse is the rubber cable the S2 has. Now, if I'm being honest, it's a better rubber cable than the one on the XM1 Endgame mouse, which just feels really stiff compared to ZOWIE's. But again, it's a rubber cable, and paracorting it will be a must for me because many lightweight mice have spoiled me with their versions of paracord cables. The strongest thing the ZOWIE S2 brings to the table is its build quality and its shape. Mouse 1 and 2 have almost no wobble and have very little pre-travel. There's also no side flicks on the mouse and no creaking either. The mouse is built very nice, and in fact is one of the most sturdiest mice we have here in the studio. The scroll wheel does move somewhat, but I never noticed it while playing and never bothered me. Now, on the subject of the scroll wheel to me just feels like a toy and doesn't sound satisfying when using it, as opposed to the Model O scroll wheel, which feels smooth and silent. Definitely one of the better scroll wheels out there, but in the end, it's really all preference. Now, the shape is one that really caught me by surprise. I am someone who prefers an ergo shaped mouse. Before the S2, I was using a G-Wolf Skull, and before that, an Extrafine M4. So ergo shaped mice are definitely my favorite, but I found myself not only enjoying the shape of the S2, but also performing really well with it, even though it is heavier than the ergo shaped mice mentioned. Oh, and the coating on the mouse is a matte finish and does leave oil stains, but I really don't care about that, just thought I'd mention it. Now, moving on to my experience, the ZOWIE S2 is one of the heavier mice I own, and I really thought the weight was going to be an issue for me when it came to playing with it. I did notice that I was inconsistent with my shots when it came to tracking and flick shooting, but after a whole day of using it, my tracking improved and my overall accuracy did as well. For someone who prefers ergonomic shaped mice, I was really surprised on how comfortable my hand was while using the S2. I never thought I would main a heavy mouse and an ambidextrous shaped one at that, but to my surprise, the S2 is one of my favorite mice so far.